Hello. I briefly want to discuss the Super Bowl in February. It's going to be Super Bowl 60. And I'm specifically talking about the halftime show. Bad Bunny was chosen. Bad Bunny is a rapper from Puerto Rico, and looks to me like most of, if not all, looks like all of his work is in Spanish. To me, it's not a big deal, but it's causing a lot of drama. Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote a bill declaring that, not declaring, but she wants it to be a law that English is the official language of America. The United States does not have an official language. And Donald Trump is threatening to have Bad Bunny arrested during halftime by ICE. So I think that this is all just outrageous, and I really don't know why it's such a big deal. Because this is the question that I am here to pose. If not Bad Bunny, then who? Because the Super Bowl halftime show happens every year, and there's just simply not that many pop stars. We're not even in my opinion, in like the pop star era anymore. Like in the 80s. In the 80s, we had Michael Jackson, we had Prince, and then there were other people like Madonna. I mean, maybe I'm wrong in calling her this, but more like minor pop stars. I may be wrong. I guess that's debatable. But you know what I mean. I mean, there were just a lot of more like there were levels to pop stardom, and they just had very long careers. And now I just feel like pop stars are just filling little niches, and because of social media they have followings that support them and support them very well, and the followings are very passionate. But I mean, they don't have the kind of reach that pop stars used to, where across the board there would be a hit song, and I mean, darn near everyone liked them, from children to senior citizens. Behind the Iron Curtain, didn't matter your ethnic background, your economic background, like everybody liked that person's work, or they just had a reach that just kind of went across the board. And it's just not like that anymore, I don't feel. So, again, if not Bad Bunny, then who? Because honestly, when I look at the halftime entertainment from the last few years, there have been some of these choices where I just kind of thought, whoa, good grief, I'm surprised that they're even there. And I will admit, I was surprised even at Kendrick Lamar, but Kendrick Lamar did fantastic. Last year's Super Bowl was the first time in my life where I saw the halftime entertainment be talked about longer than the game. And that includes the years that Beyonce performed. Kendrick Lamar, his performance, I'm going to go ahead and say it was pretty legendary. And then he went on tour, and his tour has been doing great. So good for him. And I wish Bad Bunny well. I'm actually looking forward to it, even though his type of music isn't really my type of music. So, back to if not Bad Bunny, then who? I actually have suggestions, even though one of them would never happen in this political climate, and the other one is seriously betting on the long shot. I'm going to start with the one that won't happen. The one that would not happen, I think, is some of these Korean pop stars, mainly Rose. And she sings that song, apata, pata, apata, pata. Super catchy. I love it. Last summer, I watched little short clips from something called Summer Swag 2025. And it's a concert, a pop concert that happened in South Korea, and I loved it. It was very energetic, very fun, very upbeat. That's the kind of energy that a Super Bowl halftime show should bring, honestly. But I just almost feel like America doesn't really have that type of energy anymore. I mean, when you look back at some of these old videos of like MTV Spring Break and Dance Party USA and Soul Train and stuff like that. Even some older Super Bowl halftime shows, like America used to have that kind of energy. We don't have it right now. Maybe we'll get it back eventually, but right now we don't have it. South Korea has it though. But that's not going to happen because of the kerfluffle with ICE and the auto plant in Georgia. Now South Korea is very upset with America. I do not blame them, and I do believe South Korea, like the government, has some control over the pop star. So that's just not going to happen. So let's move on. So now here is, oh, you know what? Before I get to the long shot, let's talk about Taylor Swift right quick. I believe that there was some discussion about Taylor Swift performing the halftime show. There usually is. It usually doesn't come together. And at this point, Taylor Swift should not even be considered for Super Bowl halftime entertainment because she's with and about to marry one of the most popular players. So she shouldn't even be considered. I'm not interested in hearing the conspiracy theories on that one, no matter what happens, no matter if the Chiefs don't even make it to the Super Bowl. I'm just not interested in the complaints and the NFL and the pseudo-religious conspiracy theories that would come about with a Taylor Swift performance at the halftime show. So anyway, let's move on. Now this is who I think would be a pretty good choice, and I think he deserves it, but I think we're betting on the long shot here. Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin has a very long career. He has a solid career. I mean, once you get to be Kirk Franklin's age and you have his kind of career, you really just want to be solid and dependable, which he is. Kirk Franklin has some music that he just released. I think it's called God is Able, or He is Able, and it's solid. I mean, it sounds like Kirk Franklin. I mean, you know, Kirk Franklin is doing what Kirk Franklin does. I think that Kirk Franklin would jump at the opportunity. Now, I know that performers have to pay to perform at the halftime event. I don't know if they have to pay a fee or if they just have to pay for all their production costs. Nonetheless, I mean, Kirk Franklin, he is a Christian singer. I don't know if he has the money, but I would be willing to donate to the offering. I would. I'd help my mans out there. Let's help Kirk Franklin get to the Bay Area for the Super Bowl. I would help. Just kidding. No, I wouldn't. But so I do think that finances might be a issue if he was even given the opportunity. I think that Kirk Franklin would love it. I do think that he is a frustrated wannabe pop star. I also think that Kirk Franklin, I think that him and Lecrae also have a little bit of hard feelings and feel like they don't get the recognition that they deserve. And they're kind of right. They're kind of right. But I mean, Christian music is not mainstream music, and I don't think it's a bad thing that there is a separation there. But anyway, Kirk Franklin, he's solid. He has a long career, which is who is supposed to be at the halftime show, is people with like really long careers. His music is energetic. His music, you know, it's got a good beat and you can dance to it, which I'm not sure is a great thing for Christian music, but nonetheless, I think it would suit the Super Bowl. And there's all these people that say that they want Christianity to be more like mainstream, and those are like MAGA people, so they should support Kirk Franklin. I don't know that they would. They would probably find something else to complain about. But I think that he would kind of cover all the bases, quite honestly, because MAGA is talking about, you know, they don't like Bad Bunny because he is Puerto Rican and they want to have him deported to Puerto Rico, which is weird. Like, it's weird how a lot of people, including Trump, don't really seem to understand what is happening. But I don't know. But then again, Trump is over here deporting people to countries that they didn't even come from, which again, I don't know how he's getting away with this, but I don't know. No one seems to care about anything anymore. So again, who does MAGA want? I did see this one video. It was a political commentary, and they were talking about this man who was on Twitter. He was some sort of like a young conservative influencer, and he said that he wanted Creed to perform. And that's funny. Or he said that Charlie Kirk's old organization should have an alternative halftime show and have Creed perform. And Creed, to me, now keep in mind, I am a middle-aged woman. I'm a middle-aged black woman. Creed is VH1 music. Creed is not what this young man thinks that they are. Now, see, Gen X MAGA, they're like, we want Slayer, we want Metallica. But like the young MAGA, they want Creed. Creed really has more in common with like Dion Ferris, honestly, or Katie Tunstall than classic rock, in my opinion. And again, Creed, they haven't performed at the halftime show at the Super Bowl, but they performed on Thanksgiving one year at the Dallas game. And there's a viral clip of it that has gone viral around Thanksgiving a couple of years in a row, and it is a hoot. It is so like early 2000s coded. It's a hoot. So yeah, there's that. Again, if not Bad Bunny, then who? Make a suggestion. To say Slayer is really, I don't even know if they're serious, but that's ridiculous. Nobody's trying to hear that during Super Bowl halftime. And Metallica, I believe one of them is from Sweden, so they're not, or at least like one of them I don't know. So we're not totally dealing with people born and raised in America with that either. So again, if not Bad Bunny, who? MAGA does not have any good ideas. There are not that many pop stars available. I mean, it's just not a very common occupation. The Super Bowl halftime show happens every year. I mean, we are limited. So give Bad Bunny a chance. I don't know. He seems like he's kind of quirky, kind of energetic. So I look forward to seeing how he does. So that's all I have to say. And thank you. Have a good day, and thank you for watching. Bye.